Suga talked about what it's like being labeled an idol, and he also talked about the time Korean rappers used to mock BTS and especially RM for being K-pop idols. A couple was seen on the streets of Paris that some people claim to be V and Blackpink's Jennie. They were allegedly being accompanied by their managers. And Suga opened up about BTS's mindset and how they remain humble despite their incredible success. To never miss any BTS news and updates, be sure to subscribe. BTS member Suga didn't always envision himself as a K-pop star. His initial aspirations were more towards being a producer. The group started with a hip-hop theme when they initially stepped into the limelight. Recently, Suga graced the cover of Marie Claire Korea Special Edition issue and shared his perspective on various topics, from his solo world tour to his down-to-earth nature. Suga shared his thought process behind incorporating traditional Korean elements into his August D songs Detwita and Hegum. According to him, different instruments, whether they are traditional, string or piano, are all potential sources for creating music. He doesn't initiate his music creation with grand plans. For Detwita, the idea started with a simple curiosity to turn his intriguing material into a tune. The choice to sample the military music Detwita came naturally due to his title. In the conversation, the interviewer pointed out that hip-hop is a genre closely associated with Suga. He acknowledged the role of producer Bang and P-Dog in understanding black music and hip-hop, and how it had shaped BTS's music and his evolution as an artist. Despite being an avid fan of hip-hop, Suga identifies more as a pop artist. Suga admitted that his upbringing, surrounded by hip-hop music, helped him grasp the nuances of popular music better. He shared his admiration for producer Bang and P-Dog, who are trailblazers in appreciating a genre that wasn't very popular back in his early days, but has now become highly influential in the music industry. Suga emphasized that although he raps, he doesn't label himself as a hip-hop artist, preferring to consider his work as pop music. Discussing the historical bias against K-pop idols, the interviewer broached the topic of how these artists were often underrated or negatively perceived when BTS made their debut. Asked if he felt the public perception had changed, Suga responded that he takes immense pride in being an idol. In fact, he sees the term idol as a badge of honor. The conversation also touched on the time when RM's friends, who were underground rappers, mocked him for being a K-pop idol post BTS's debut. Many in the rap industry stereotyped idols and didn't respect the rap line. Suga acknowledged the shift in attitude towards idols over time and broadly claimed that BTS played a role in fostering this change. He lauded current idols for their versatile talents, stating that they are proficient not only in looking good but also in dancing, singing, rapping, and even acting. He added that while most idols might not excel in a particular area, they can be seen as musicians without any noticeable shortcomings when viewed from a different angle. Suga also highlighted a unique aspect of K-pop idols that sets them apart from perfect musicians: the opportunity for fans to witness their growth from one album to the next. For him, watching these budding artists mature into professionals is just as enjoyable as watching a polished musician. Now, regarding the recent rumors of V and Blackpink's Jennie being seen together in Paris. Before we start, it's important to note that I'm not expressing any personal stance on this matter. As a news channel, my objective is to deliver news impartially. Further, I believe it's not appropriate to consider this topic as forbidden or taboo, as that will inadvertently suggest that romantic relationships involving idols are something unacceptable. So, towards the end of 2022, there was a buzz surrounding alleged rumors of a romantic relationship between BTS's V and Blackpink's Jennie. This stemmed from certain photos circulated by an unidentified Telegram user. The authenticity of these shared photos stirred a debate among fans, with evidence being provided both for and against their validity. YG Entertainment, in response to this issue, came forward with a statement about Jennie's personal photos being leaked, vowing to take legal actions against the initial distributor. They announced that they had officially called upon the police to look into the primary source of Jennie's personal photos from Blackpink. YG had been monitoring the situation and only filed their complaint in September once they had gathered enough information. YG had initially remained silent and not expressed their stance to minimize the potential harm. However, given the escalating rumor mill, criticism, personal attacks, harassment, and privacy violations associated with the personal photographs, they felt it necessary to assert that they were resorting to legal measures to rectify the situation. YG declared its intention to take strict legal actions against any posts that tarnish the reputation of their artists. They informed the public that this case was being pursued for the violation of the Information and Communication Network Act, unlawful information dissemination, and indecent use of communication media. YG Entertainment pledged to not show leniency and take all potential legal actions to prevent further damage. They underlined that the photos circulated online were unlawfully disseminated without the individual's consent, regardless of the motive. The act of sharing these photos could be deemed a secondary crime and could be legally punished. They earnestly requested the public to refrain from sharing them recklessly. They reaffirmed their commitment to safeguarding the rights and interests of their artists. Current evidence seems to hint at a possible relationship between the two artists. On May 15th, BTS's V was seen leaving for France from Incheon Airport, captivating netizens with his airport attire. Meanwhile, YG Entertainment confirmed earlier this month that Jennie would also be in Paris at the same time for the 76th Cannes Film Festival. YG Entertainment stated that Jennie will be attending the Cannes Film Festival on May 22nd through her role in the drama series The Idol. This show has been listed in the non-competitive section of the film festival. A video shared by a Paris-based photographer supposedly shows the two stars holding hands while strolling through the streets of Paris, appearing to enjoy the night air, trailed by who seems to be their managers. Another video revealed two figures dressed identically stepping into a parked van. Netizens observed that the two idols were spotted in the same attire as the figures in the videos earlier during the day. Following this alleged sighting, neither YG Entertainment nor HYBE have made any statements. Despite their countless accomplishments and awards, BTS members continue to exhibit humility just as they did before their debut. Even though they are now successful millionaires, the group began with virtually nothing. Their journey from obscurity to fame isn't just well known to their fans, but also to other artists who have known them for years. They reaffirmed that the BTS members have remained as grounded as they were at the beginning. Recently, Suga offered some insight into the mindset that helps the group stay humble amid their success. The interviewer noted that BTS has seen an incredible rise to fame, possibly the most dramatic among Korean artists, not just idols. While many can exceed expectations, very few make it to the top of the world. Suga elucidated that despite the immense success of BTS, they don't see themselves as being at the pinnacle. They understand that just as they have ascended, they could also descend. Therefore, they choose to embrace each day with gratitude. Suga mentioned that when he was younger, the thought of success frightened him, but as things started surpassing his expectations, he began to harbor fear. Now, he doesn't dwell on it too much. He emphasized that BTS is grounded and doesn't lead a typical superstar life. They understand that they aren't at the peak and could descend at any moment. They opt to live with gratitude rather than struggling to uphold a certain status, acknowledging the support of their fans. The interviewer was curious about how Suga maintains his composure in the face of various outcomes. Suga mentioned that he doesn't view the group's achievements in terms of numbers. Instead, he sees it as a form of mutual communication with people. He conveyed that the enormous achievement of BTS can be simply reduced to numbers. Everything in life, including music, and even the interview they were having, is a form of communication between people. Relationships form an integral part of life and are present during both positive and stressful times. Lastly, the interviewer asked Suga if he had any advice to share, specifically on achieving a balance in life. Suga pointed out that he makes a conscious effort to remain humble, a subject he often discusses with his fellow BTS members. They understand the vital role their fans play in their current standing. He reiterated the importance of continuously reminding himself that there is always more to learn to maintain a sense of balance. He explained that it's not about striving or suffering to compensate for deficiencies, but rather acknowledging and accepting them. Concentrating on their ability to work for the fans who love them naturally guides them towards a balanced life.